The Wink. Subscribe.
Hello. Welcome back to the vlogcast. I am officially renaming it. Today, I'm renaming it to TKAST.
TKAST?
TKAST. TKAST, whatever. Because I looked it up on vlog. I looked up vlogcast on the internet, and there's way too many. So I figured I should probably rename it, and this is where I'm going to start renaming it. Vlogcast is now TKAST.
TKAST. Wow. I feel so honored. Welcome to TKAST.
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 There you go. TKAST. Welcome. I'm sitting here with my guest, Adrianna C. David, otherwise known as Miss Maryland USA 2017, Miss Maryland 2018.
Yes.
There we go. Perfect.
Co-founder of Charities Angels, I am Adrianna David, Maryland.
Exactly.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We just finished eating some acai bowls.
Is it acai or acai? 'Cause I definitely thought it was acai until you started saying it that way, and then I felt a little bit insecure about how I was saying it. So I don't really know which one's the right one.
I think it's acai.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Cool.
It's acai.
No, I'm down for it. I was just going with the flow.
True.
But yeah, they were delicious.
Yeah, South Block is great.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the
They
street.
even responded to my tag on the Instagram story, so we're here for it.
That's so cute.
Hey, South Block.
Hey, South Block. So, those of you that don't know Adrianna as well as I do, I met Adrianna in Alexandria at a Nick Mick appearance during her time as Miss Maryland.
Yes, the
National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And I was invited as Miss Maryland to attend as a host, a regional celebrity, local celebrity host. And I actually have a really close family friend named Erin. Hey, Erin, if you're watching.
What's up, Erin?
She invited me, and I met TK's dad.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been here, Taylor. Come on, rock the block.
And then and at the appearance, and then eventually he also attended the event at one of the other stops, and I met him there, and then we started working together. TK has basically filmed all of my entire YouTube career, so please go follow Adrianna C. David on YouTube, and you can see all of TK's glorious work and me try to be myself on camera. I'm really good at being other people. I'm an actor. So.
There we go.
Yeah, so we have been collaborating for almost a year, and it's been an awesome experience.
Yeah, so when we met in Alexandria, we were at a Miss Maryland appearance, and I met her photographer, and her photographer...
Hey, Paul.
At...
MAVPP26,
Cool.
MAVPP26.
We started talking about YouTube, and we're sharing some, we had some like shared interest, kind of.
We
and
both were pursuing the entertainment industry, one for being.
Right, and in the YouTube world, it was kind of like we sort of knew the same people-ish.
Knew of the same people.
Yeah, you actually knew them sort of from living there, and I knew of them from watching them.
Yes.
So then we started talking about how I could maybe help out by filming. Yes.
I basically had never really done anything on the YouTube platform other than be told to post something that I was in because I'm an actress. I'm in videos on YouTube, but I never had my own username and platform, and I was never creating my own videos. And so I was Miss Maryland USA 2017, and I didn't really have any of that documented on camera other than just the press and news-related things that I would get, or commercials that I did, or advertisements. However, then when I was Miss Maryland 2018, I had really been pushed to then kind of self-document my year, and that had been supported by other people, but people were always like, oh, you should do YouTube, and I was just like, I am an actor by trade. I went to school with editors and filmmakers and cameramen that have degrees in their job too, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to produce something on my own that I would want to like support my reputation, if that made sense. So when I met TK, who was already so experienced in YouTubing and in the vlog style on
camera. You say YouTubing?
Oh, is that wrong?
No,
Using
it's okay.
YouTube?
No, that's the first time I've heard it's called YouTubing.
Sorry.
It's awesome. That's awesome. It's
well, I call it YouTubing.
Yeah, it's 2019. That's awesome. Is that a verb?
I use it as a verb.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I tell people that I YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because when I was in high school.
Well, yeah, so you've been on YouTube a lot longer. I've like only used YouTube to like look at things or search at stuff. So I'm just now understanding the more of the community vibes and like people that have obviously work as their career. So I'm just now learning all that sorts of things. I almost was so excited to just have it documented so I could both have the memories and then also have sort of a more personality side of my career on camera, because I also have a focus in broadcasting in my communications degree.
Right.
But yeah, no, so that's how YouTube happened, and we have a couple different playlists going on. If anyone has any suggestions on what we should maybe do next, I'm not Miss Maryland anymore, so we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. So after we met in Alexandria, and I offered to film for you, we the first project we did was the parade.
Was it?
Right, I think, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Christmas parade, the Bel Air Christmas parade.
The Bel Air Christmas parade.
In
where
Bel Air, Maryland.
And I met Mercedes.
Yeah, Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby. And after that, it was just kind of whenever you had something to do.
Yeah, so to my understanding, when we first had a conversation, we had decided to collaborate and be a team, and both then kind of take both creative direction and both of our hands, I guess I would say. So I was getting booked on all of these appearances as Miss Maryland, so it kind of gave us something to already be doing instead of, like, I know a lot of creators on the YouTube platform, they have to like kind of create a video to record. Yeah, I was kind of already going to all of these events that I wanted documented. So it was sort of a more like documentarian type YouTube. Like, you go to our page. You go to, literally it is our page, though TK has done so much work and I'm so grateful. But you go to
your page,
my page, right. Adrianna C. David, and you see like the vlog version, which is the behind the scenes, and then you have the Miss Maryland playlist, were all sort of like commercials and advertisements that we then posted and gave back to the sponsors or the events or the client or whoever it was that we went to their event. And then we started both seeking new events in our area, in the DMV in general, and then also being contacted by other events to ask us to cover them. So it was really cool. It was kind of like a definitely, I call it more of a documentarian style. Like, you could see an experience of the Big Apple Circus on my YouTube page, and then see if you'd want to go try it out. So I was kind of being the audience member that would then go to an experience. Or, I mean, we also did like a ribbon cutting at Wawa, which was really fun.
Yeah, the Wawa thing is fun.
The polar bear plunge, which was freezing cold. And so you kind of get an experience of not only what it's like to be an ambassador for the state of Maryland through the Miss Maryland organization, and see all the community service work we do, but also be a place where you can see if you want to go try out what's coming near you, like the Big Apple Circus.
And the cool part was we had like a different opportunity to try out different equipment on each project.
Yes.
So I was using different lenses each time, using different, like I was using a Steadicam for most of it, and then I was doing hair videos for you.
Yes, oh yeah. So then we also covered a lot of our sponsorship partners that we have as Miss Maryland. So as Miss Maryland, I have a partnership with Platinum Seamless Hair Extensions and Karma Beauty Lounge by Erwin Gomez Salon. And so we did a whole series. We have a beauty playlist on the page as well, where we have both the same similar things. Some of them are tutorials on how to do beached waves, and a stylist from Karma, Marlon, will do my hair. And then another one where I get hair extensions.
That's so triggering.
Put into my hair. Oh, what, the editing?
No, the hair extensions.
Yeah, it was a lot to learn, and I think our creative partnership and teamwork was really maybe tried at some moments, because I was talking about like tape on hair and how they're not at the root and how you have to pan over the hair at the root, and TK would be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea.
I have a camera and I'm holding it up against a million different sides of your hair. Yeah. So it was a really fun experience, both learning and really, in my experience, I have a degree in theater and I do a lot on camera as an actor, as well as I have a communications degree, but that's in PR. So I've never really been in the direction spot. So me being able to provide creative direction to TK and be like, okay, well, let's do some flat lays here and get details of certain things in the Younger Image Plastic Surgery Center, because they removed a birthmark on my head. You can go look at that video. It's pretty gross. I think maybe our Miss Maryland experience really provide us a lot of good experience in our own fields because we got to record a lot of things and I got to act, for lack of a better word, or be on camera in a lot of different experiences.
Yeah, it gave me the chance to be on camera a lot more.
Yeah.
And it gave me the chance to use my camera a lot more.
Right.
And so I learned a lot of different ways to utilize the camera and the lenses and different equipment.
And even really I love the cool thing that TK also always incorporates is the use of social media. And so if you ever collaborate with him on your videos, he's really good at there was in the polar bear plunge video, he put, I don't even know, sorry, video people, jargon listeners, I'm not tech savvy and I have no idea. I literally tell TK what to do by saying like in the and like the I don't, the thing where it gets closer, I'm terrible at describing things, but he put my story on the screen. You can show them probably. He put my right over here on the screen. You're gonna see my face now. He puts my story that I did on Instagram also next to the video of me that he was recording, so you can see both. And then he tags me, so he's smart.
So like it's basically like using your Instagram.
It's like combining them.
Using your camera as a second camera.
Yes.
Because everyone likes to see, like, at least these days, people love seeing the same angle but from a different side. Mm-hmm. So if there was that, it kind of goes to show you that there's like a bigger picture, I guess. When I see somebody that's being recorded from one angle and then it shows that person filming them but from like further away.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so there's something like
you get to see multiple sides or like multiple versions.
Yeah, like so.
But the same thing, so it's really cool.
Right, and that was like my way of doing that was by using your and then making people aware of your channel because we're putting that on Miss Maryland, I think. Yes.
So all of the footage we shot, especially the 1-minute commercials we did for all the sponsors and for all the experiences that we covered are all on the official Miss Maryland page, which is at Miss America MD, and also on my YouTube page, Adrianna C. David, as well as then my personal account, Adrianna C. David on Instagram, has more of the vloggy personal experiences that I wanted to share because that's kind of how I did the vlogs as what actually happens in the everyday life of Miss Maryland. So like me doing my makeup in the car and like me having to do my makeup in really extreme places, in gross places, and just kind of seeing the behind the scenes of what we actually do as state title holders, because I think a lot of people only see us compete on the national stages at Miss America and Miss USA, when in real life we're literally getting paid, or we're literally not getting paid for an entire year of service. And we do a lot in our communities. And I think TK can probably say he experienced not wanting to do something that we had to do for the greater good of the state of Maryland. You
can tell them. What do you think it was?
At being Miss Maryland, I put over like 80,000 miles on my car. So I think driving was definitely something that no one likes to really do. But when you drive to Western Maryland like twice in a week, it can be pretty exhausting.
Yeah, usually I figured out that I became part chauffeur, part videographer.
Yes, I may or may not have abused TK's city life experience.
Yeah,
because
so every time I get the chance to film with her, I also get the chance to drive. And then over time I realized I'm really just getting the chance to drive.
Oh no, that is so bad. That was so unintentional. I'm not a bad person. TK was offering to drive in the beginning.
I love driving.
And then
it was just funny when it was pretty funny when I got to the point where you were saying what the event was. More so than where.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened. Like the secret coding. Will you please do the Maryland Special Olympics?
Do you want to go to the Maryland Special Olympics? And I'm like, that sounds like a good time actually. Like, let's go film that.
Yeah.
2.5 hours away.
2.5 hours later in the car. But we're here and it's really great footage and you got to meet all these people and it's so amazing. These kids really changed our lives.
Usually, like in the vlog that I did for that, I was like, oh, we're gonna do Special Olympics, and then the next scene I was like, I'm probably driving.
Yeah.
And then the next scene, you're driving, and like I was like, hey guys, look. And then the next one was like, nope, I'm driving. Just kidding. All right, so you thought she was driving.
Huh?
That's not the case.
What?
I'm driving.
Oh no! Did
Yeah.
we switch or something?
We drove to your house for a second.
Oh, and I had to pick up my thing.
Yeah, then I had to get in the car. Driver's seat.
I definitely have pretty much
That's hilarious.
mastered the makeup in the car.
Makeup in the car. Yeah, we still got to challenge James Charles.
So. I'm still coming for you.
I think this might be a good place to challenge him.
Yes, we should. James Charles, hi.
Wait, talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking to his screen in the video. Hi, James Charles. I'm Adrianna David, Miss Maryland USA 2017 and Miss Maryland 2018. This is my friend TK right here at the Wink.
Hello.
I challenge you to doing your makeup in the passenger seat of the car. I bet you I can do it better than you. So let's fix
Shots
that
fired.
and make it happen.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Okay, yeah. So,
there you go.
Yeah. Mm.
So you've been wanting to challenge James Charles for a minute now. And
Forever.
I think I'm wondering how often he has his in the car because
Never. Well, that's my assumption. Sorry, I don't mean to judge.
Because I don't see him needing to.
Yeah, no, he just does it all.
He doesn't need to. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's ever.
This is crackling really loud.
It's okay. Just go. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah.
It's just really crackling. I love candy.
No problem.
If you know me, you know that I eat candy all the time, and it's my favorite thing in the world.
It's gonna be
really important.
It's gonna be like kind of like ASMR. You want to try some ASMR?
Okay.
No, with the candy. No, with the candy. Like. There you go. Okay, so life as Miss Maryland. What did it kind of require? You know, did it give up certain things, or to do certain things?
Yeah. So basically, when you win the title of Miss Maryland, it's a scholarship organization. So I was awarded around $12,000 in scholarship money, and then when I competed at Miss America, I also earned more money on top of that, and you can do that at other competitions as well. But you also become an ambassador for the state, and then you make appearances on behalf of the state. So I worked with different divisions of the state of Maryland, like elementary school education, pretty much all public schools, honestly, the Maryland public school systems, parks and recreation, humane societies, nonprofit organizations, after-school activities, as well as public events and appearances. So also, anyone who is like important within the state of Maryland, like say the mayor or of like Rockville or the governor of Maryland, if they were invited and then they were unable to attend an event, I would essentially kind of be like a substitute important person of Maryland, and then I could take their place at an event and say, oh, well, who's here from Maryland? Oh, Miss Maryland's here on behalf of the state of Maryland.
Gotcha.
So it sort of is a role where you then volunteer your time and your year really in exchange for the scholarship money to then dedicate it back to the state. Within that, everyone has their own social impact initiative, and mine was the Kidney Project, who's developing a bioartificial kidney to replace dialysis.
I got really good at that.
Yes.
That phrase, or not phrase. I shouldn't say phrase. That I got really good with
statement.
that statement. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Kidney Project is my platform essentially in pageantry, and Charities Angels. Here's my T-shirt right here.
Shout out Charities Angels.
Shout out Charities Angels. That is our nonprofit organization. And we're based out of Montgomery County, Maryland, in the DMV area. And we're just a group of women, and we throw parties for other charities of our choices to give back. So we choose different charities every time. We have about 5 events every year. And we started with the Kidney Project. And that's in honor of my cousin, Juliana. We host a Juliana's Hope campaign every year in honor of her. And she hopes to be a part of the human trials that are coming up. And we're super excited about that.
Yeah, I remember doing a video for the golf tournament.
Play for Eloise.
Play for Eloise.
So Play for Eloise is a Charities Angels event that we do for the Foundation to Fight HABC. And that's in honor of Eloise. And so Eloise is a member of our community in my neighborhood, and she was diagnosed with this rare brain disease called HABC. And under 200 people in the world have it. So it's a very rare brain disease. Her foundation is the first to be providing research dollars and support for this rare disease. It's like one of those diseases in like a binder in the hospital that like they don't have money to research kind of. So Charities Angels, every year we do Play for Eloise golf tournament in our neighborhood, and that is, you can go click wherever it is in the description to see that video on my page, Adrianna C. David.
And how old was she when she was diagnosed with this?
It happened in she was like in 3rd grade, and she's in she's in 8th grade now, Eloise. And she, it basically fully paralyzed her out of really nowhere. And she lost, all of her kind of physical abilities. Talking, she can't talk or anything, but the crazy thing is that her brain is still developing as her age, so she can understand everything you're saying, she just can't respond. And that's kind of the hardest part, knowing that Eloise is literally still in there and she's cognitive of everything we're doing. It's just her physical restraints that prevent her from living a normal life now. So it's really terrible, and we love doing Play for Eloise every year. And if you know or hear about anyone with HABC, please pray for them. And if you want to support, you can also go to charitiesangels.org/donate to, and in the memo you can write Foundation to Fight HABC or Eloise. If you want to support the Kidney Project, you can also do that and say the Kidney Project or Juliana's Hope. We're always taking donations there.
Wow. I did not know that much about it.
Yeah. Sorry, I see you're kind of affected.
No, it's okay. I was just like...
She's great. Eloise is so amazing. Hi, Eloise. I love you so much.
I remember seeing her, meeting her, and that was a good time. She seems like she had a really good family support.
Great community support. We're so lucky to have Eloise as a reminder of how amazing life can be and how we should not take it for granted.
Right. And so what else did we do that was helpful? There was so much that...
Yeah, everything with Charities Angels, everything with the Kidney Project.
The balloon. I remember blowing up the balloons.
Oh, yeah, for the American Heart Association. I don't even know if we have that video.
That was like a fashion show?
Yeah, it was. My mom sits on the women's board of the American Heart Association. It was her first year, and every year they have the annual Affair of the Heart luncheon and fashion show sponsored by Bloomingdale's. And so Charities Angels got to be part of this year. We've attended the Women of Charities Angels. We also buy like a table at a fundraiser to support other local charities. So
cool.
A lot of times we'll like get a group of people together and go support another fundraiser. And so we had always done that for the American Heart Association. And then my mom was actually inducted onto the women's board this past year. So we got to do the decorations for the fashion show. And TK was there recording behind the scenes of Balloon Madness.
The Balloon Madness.
At the Marriott Marquis in DC.
I wonder if the microphone should be on the other side. Like, I wonder if you're talking to the other side.
Whoa, that sounds good.
Yeah?
You should have done this for me in the beginning.
Yeah, sorry. You're right. Whoa,
okay,
cool. Okay,
this is cool. I like doing it this way better.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Good.
All right. Sweet.
Okay. Do I have to say all of that over again?
No. That's just gonna be part of the
experience.
Yeah, that'll be like
we learned how to use a microphone today. That's pretty common in our experiences together. We learned something.
Those moments, there's like that's when my little snippets will come in. Like,
oh. Okay. Snippet. Go now. End now.
There you go.
And action.
In action. So you did a podcast that I filmed over in Baltimore.
Frederick, Maryland. Over in Frederick, Maryland.
That's what I said.
We did the Interesting People podcast.
The Interesting People podcast.
And
it was fun.
That was really
His
fun.
studio is really cool.
Yeah, really
but that was
cool.
like an actual radio station.
Yeah, the Interesting People podcast with Patrick Haynes is out of the Frederick radio station.
That was a cool, interesting podcast.
He does. They still had all of those like DVDs literally in shelves and shelves of hard drives. Like,
that's wild.
Of discs of storage. Wild. That was wild.
I think one of my favorite was like one of the early ones, the gymnastics place that we went to.
Maryland Twisters Showcase.
The Twisters, yeah.
I was a competitive cheerleader for 13 years.
I like the one a lot because it was like one of the first places that we went that like was like close to your not just
community
stuff. Yeah,
it was much more community involved in terms of my personal story. Yeah, we got to see all of my old coaches and we got to see the new teams, and I was a member of F5 and I won the world championships actually in 2011 and I won silver with them in 2012. So competitive cheerleading was my kind of life before my life now. What I did growing up.
Right. So before you were Miss Maryland, you were a professional, or is it okay to say professional?
Yeah, professional is accurate. We like winning worlds is the highest achievement you can do in the sport of competitive.
Yeah, you had
cheerleading.
like a full ride scholarship.
So yes, I went to the University of Alabama with the intention of being on the team all 4 years on a full ride scholarship, but I unfortunately lost my scholarship opportunities when I had to have a major surgery called Tommy John surgery. However, I did have the surgery through the University of Alabama, and I had my rehab through the athletic department, but after that, I wasn't, my body was totally not the same. They had to take a part of my hamstring out of my leg to put it in my elbow. It was just a disaster. I was out for basically 16 months total.
But at least you had use of your, you have, how long did it take to get full range of motion? Do you have full range of motion?
I have full range of motion in terms of like your
not
arm.
like competitor cheerleader status.
Yeah,
I don't
but
mean
I
that.
was never able. Yeah, no, I'm still a human being. I can use my body. It doesn't hurt. I'm healed.
Right, I think
I'm
that's
healed to like a standard human being. But
and
in
I
terms
think-
of my
yeah,
sport,
that's definitely like better than anything else.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm very blessed that I did have a safe surgery. I just at the time that was kind of my life,
Right,
and I didn't
right.
really even know what I was going to do after that.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the movie where it happens and everyone starts crying, and then you become Miss Maryland and everyone starts crying again, but for totally different reasons. You
I know.
So it's like that's like you have a very good storyline.
I do. I've been very blessed.
That's
and
a good falling action.
Yes.
And then a really good climax. Rising action. Yeah.
Both.
That's not necessarily where the end, but that could be like the telling story. Obviously.
Yes.
The movie that will be a very sensitive topic.
Yes, it will.
It'll be very,
a lot of people have. Everybody
teary.
has their own things. I've been
Right.
very blessed, and I can only thank my God and my parents, and especially for how they raised me to be goal driven and success driven, and just really know how to dedicate time. And I kind of, if I do something, I kind of go all for it. So
right.
I've been very, very blessed with my experiences, and I know that it would have not been the same if not for the way I was raised and what my parents provided for me and the support that I had. I'm very aware of that, but I'm also very much in support of hard work, and I definitely am guilty of tunnel vision. I kind of go like into the zone, and that's like all I focus on kind of, and especially my career lately. So
tunnel vision can be helpful.
Yes, it can be helpful, but it also can be
I think it's
hurtful at the same time.
I think one of the ways I look at it is that tunnel vision is helpful until it's hurtful.
Yes, I agree.
So like I submit to my tunnel vision, right? And I try to stay self-aware. Kind of like meta.
Yeah.
About the fact that I have tunnel vision, because people will tell me that I have it, and I'll just disagree with them, and I'll just keep it to a certain amount of disagreements. So then I'm like, okay, I gotta step back now.
Right.
Usually like 3 strikes. So I wait
and then I know I have tunnel vision after the third time someone tells me.
Right. Yeah. And then I take a step
But no,
back.
I mean, I think it's really important. That is one thing. I mean, it depends on how you want to live your life. But for me, I just I've kind of made it a point to kind of make a decision and then go for it. And for cheerleading, it took me 13 years. And for acting, I've already been working as an actor for 6 or 7 years now. And with pageants, I was just really blessed to have success, I think. And that was all because of Charities Angels and the work we were trying to do for the Kidney Project. My pageant career is 3 years long. So I wasn't anywhere near someone who had grown up in the industry and like kind of been learned to be a title holder or a princess or what have you. But I knew I had a need, and I knew that Miss Maryland and the platform could be a tool that I could use to get more exposure for Charities Angels and fundraising for the Kidney Project to get this bioartificial kidney on the market. And so I just kind of decided, well, like while I'm finishing school. So after I lost my full ride from Alabama, I then moved to LA, and I was pursuing on camera, and I was trying to transfer to a school there, but they wouldn't take my credits. So ultimately I then went to Montgomery College in Montgomery County, Maryland, and then I transferred to UMD at the University of Maryland, and I finally finished. Finally, oh my goodness, 7 years coming, I finished. But wow. I finished with 2 degrees, one full bachelor's in theater and one in communications. So that said, the pageants have just come along as a supplement to the community organizations that we wanted to support, and I was just really blessed. And I think that's why I honestly had the success in the competitions, because I wasn't kind of there just to be Miss Maryland. I needed Miss Maryland to do, they always say find your why. And when you find your why, find other tools to be able to make your why happen. And so I found my why. I wanted to get this kidney on the market for my cousin to save her life. And I want Charities Angels to be a national nonprofit organization. So I knew that if I could use this, and I kind of just told that to the judges. And then I was able to use my PR and my arts degree to then fulfill 2 years of dedicated service, and which only helped my career also. So I just kind of then everything else falls to the side. I live at home. I've lived at home since I left Alabama. A lot of people don't know that about me, that I've lived at, I kind of call it home base. I really live out of my car, Flo.
This is Flo.
This is Flo.
She's my car. She keeps me safe.
It's a beautiful car.
Awesome.
I've gotten used to driving.
And then traveling, of course, for work. But other than that, I've lived in New York City as well.
Okay, cool. So what's it like living out of your car? Driving everywhere, driving all over
So
the place.
Flo is a Toyota FJ Cruiser, and if you know that car, it's like a big boxy car and has a bunch of blind spots, but she's big and she's really comfy, so you kind of feel like you're in a room when you go inside of her.
Definitely.
Because she has the suicide doors, so you're like tucked in and the seats are leather, so it's just, I love her. But she's a 2007. Like, by no means do I have this like amazing decked out car. Like, she's old and she has over 160,000 miles on her. She's braking, and I've gotten in a lot of accidents because I'm not a good driver. And so but also I can admit that I'm not the best driver, but I'm also in the car a lot more than other people. So I think by ratio, I'm bound to be hit more than other people are going to be. By the amount of time you're in the car? Yeah, I'm always in the car. I have to be hit more than everybody else, right? I don't know. That's what I say.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So anyway, so Flo, she's awesome. My trunk acts as a wardrobe closet.
It's bigger than my closet.
Yeah. As well as my back seat has my what would you call them? Like my personal belongings and accessories. I have crowns and it just
not anymore,
not anymore. Those are in my house now, but Flo definitely becomes sort of like my closet or my. I would rather drive somewhere so that I can be in Flo because she has all the things that I need, like chargers and female products. How
did you get around in Florida when you went down to Florida?
Actually, I was provided hospitality and hotels when I was there. So, and then Ubers as well. So when I was doing work in Orlando, I wasn't in need of Flo. That would be a two. And they paid for my airfare there too. So,
wow.
So now I also travel as a host, as an actor, as a model, as a brand ambassador.
So I do want to hear about Miss Maryland Week because
that was the last week of being Miss Maryland.
Yeah, because I pretty much followed you around and heard everything up until Miss Maryland Week, and then didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
For months.
Yeah. So Miss Maryland Week is a week. Obviously, it is a week. Whoa! Would you ever think of that? Oh my God. But it's a week in Hagerstown, Maryland, and honestly, TK, I just didn't have the means to get you to Hagerstown every single day that week. If I'm gonna be really honest, because Hagerstown is 2 hours north of DC.
Yeah,
and
I probably wouldn't want to go.
You definitely did not want to be there.
I definitely did not want to go there. I just mean that I haven't heard any of the stories because there's I'm sure you can't talk about it, but.
Yeah. Well, what can you allude to a type of a theme or something?
Tell me something good that happened.
Oh,
something fun that you can talk about. You posted on Instagram about some of it.
Yes. Sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked from my own thoughts. Erase this part.
It's okay.
Back up. Okay, so Miss Maryland Week is a week long for the competition, and all 24 candidates, they usually have 24 candidates that have won a local title already to compete, are staying at the Ramada Plaza in Hagerstown.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, we are so grateful for our sponsors. And so they stay there. And they get to not only bond, but also throughout the week, they have different portions of competition. So the first 2 nights are kind of check-in and orientation and rehearsal days. And then starting on Tuesday, they have their private interview with the panel of judges. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are all prelim night competitions where they have rehearsals in the morning and then they compete. And then Saturday is finals. So every day during that, I'm sort of covering all of the candidates' experience as well as putting together the show and working on my own performances. I am a vocalist as well. I do musical theater primarily in my vocal career right now. But you know what? I could never. Someday I could come out with a single that would be hilarious. I put on my bucket list because being Miss Maryland, I had to become a trained vocalist because I would have to sing the national anthem. TK probably has a lot of national anthem. I should make a national anthem demo. And he hesitates. I should not make a national anthem demo because I squeak probably more often than not. However, I'm not ashamed. Being a vocalist is a hard thing to do, and I overcame my fear of being a vocalist through being Miss Maryland, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
And
I definitely want to do some recording with these, so maybe we'll...
Yeah, so maybe. But I also love voiceovers, so I can do voice. I have done some ThewnK voiceovers already, so if you guys ever hear a mysterious female...
You are potentially the intro to this video.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting.
Potentially.
TKAST.
Oh, true. We didn't do the TKAST.
We have to do the TKAST one.
But
next time.
Yeah, it'll be
later.
Yeah, I'm just saying like you are potentially the intro to this but not the TKAST version.
Okay.
Whatever we did last time.
Yeah. You're watching ThewnK.
Yeah.
All those types of things.
Yeah, that stuff.
But I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, Miss Maryland Week. So then Caitlin Stupai is the new Miss Maryland. She was actually my first runner-up from last year.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
That was great. She's a really great gal, and she will compete at Miss America in December.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so was there any part of Miss Maryland that was like more like sentimental?
I had a final speech that I was given, or that I was able to write and thank You're in It.
Oh wow!
Yes. Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
And so it was kind of able to thank all of the people that really supported me throughout my year as Miss Maryland, and my gown was awesome. It was pink camouflage, which is sort of rare, and it was like lace. It was lace and taffeta combo with it was column with it off the shoulder and a nice train. So that was fun. I love fashion, also all types of fashion. I love. So I got to learn all about gowns as a pageant girl, and so that was nice. As far as it was really kind of honestly, I spent my birthday over the week at Miss Maryland, and last year was way better because I won Miss Maryland a couple days after my birthday, so it was like awesome. Yeah. But then this year was like, it's over. But it was a huge celebration because I have dedicated 3 years of my life to the state of Maryland now, and it's been a really long and exhausting chapter. So it was really awesome. My parents actually invited a bunch of my friends over after the pageant, the day after, and we got to celebrate my last day, my last official day as Miss Maryland before I was giving over the accounts and everything. And we got to have a pool party, and that video will come out soon. I haven't posted that one yet, sorry guys, but it's coming soon.
Hey, well, by the way, just want to let y'all know we're very proud of Adrianna, and she's made tremendous sacrifices. This last year, 257 appearances.
And TK was there, and we had a lot of fun that day, and really it was awesome it was even more awesome to close out this chapter of my life with the people that did support me that year. And I wouldn't necessarily say the organization of Miss Maryland is what makes your year. I would say you make your year, and your relationship with them is sort of not as important as a lot of people think it is.
Got it. Wow. So now that you've turned your title over to Caitlin,
yes,
and you have taken some time off and traveled around, gotten some sun,
yes, praise the Lord, I've been in the sun,
rest and relaxation,
all summer, R&R.
And what is it that you plan on doing now that you got some time to do you now?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm an actor by trade. For my whole life. I love it. It's so much fun. And I want to be on a TV show, so Netflix cast me. No, just kidding. But not really. But I will be back in New York. I move back there this coming weekend. I'm booking in New York right now if anyone needs an on-camera host, MC, talent, model, anything. I'm your girl, music video, whatever. So that's me. I'm currently right now looking for new agencies. So also please pick me up if you're watching this from TK's feed. I hope to find a bicoastal agent that can represent me across the board, both in Los Angeles and New York City. Right now I freelance with a couple different agencies in New York, and I have my manager in the DC area. And I also freelance with an agency in Philly, but I don't have anyone booking me actively in LA. So I have a couple agency meetings next week, as well as I'm working with an acting coach that I've worked with in the past before, and then taking class, of course, at all of the places you can take in New York City, getting in front of casting agents and stuff like that. And if you want to follow along.
There you go. Go ahead. What's your Instagram?
If you want to follow along my career in the entertainment industry or book me, you can follow at Adrianna C. David. That's Adrianna with 2 N's, C. David.
C like the letter B?
No, C like cat.
C like cat.
C like cat.
There you go.
Yeah. Adrianna.
And Twitter?
And Twitter, it's the same thing. Everywhere actually is Adrianna C. David. ADRIANNA C DAVID.
Are you on TikTok yet?
No, I'm not on TikTok.
Not on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. I'm still upset about Vine being over.
I know TikTok
Except
is
Vine
the
has
new
been
thing.
over for a really long time. But I haven't gotten a TikTok yet.
Over.
Please comment on this if you think I should get one, and
just get one.
If you want to be creative and make me a new username other than
Adrianna
C. David.
Do you see all the comments?
Yeah.
They all say you should get one. Do you see
they do.
Look at all the comments.
I can't see.
They all say
I'm
you should
also
get,
blind.
Yeah, they all say you should get a TikTok.
They all say I should get. Okay, maybe. Okay, do I have to? Another one? I can't.
Another one.
Another one. I know I'm so bad. I'm active on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I promise. At Adrianna C. David. That's where you'll find me.
Yeah, your Twitter is doing good.
My Twitter is.
I saw this funny thing.
Semi-decent.
Not funny, maybe. It was a really cool TikTok that you reposted of this guy.
I retweet. If you want your tweets tweeted, please tag me, because the most active thing I do on Twitter is retweet.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
if you want your things retweeted, I got you.
Sometimes quote tweet too.
Yes, and quote tweet.
Yeah.
I respond to some. I'm just not really good. I just don't know if I have things to tweet, because a lot of times people laugh at me when I impulsively say like word vomit.
Right now people are getting mad at me for tweeting because on my simple tweets are being promoted.
Oh, well, I'm not being promoted on Twitter, so hey,
but they're
Twitter.
taking my money.
Oh.
So it's not funny. or welcomed.
Wait, can we sue Twitter?
I don't think so.
Twitter, we're coming for you.
I emailed them and I was like, "Hey, customer service, you're taking my money without my approval."
Without my approval. So they're promoting whichever tweets they want, you're saying? Yeah. And not the ones that you want them to promote.
Well, if I could choose the tweets that they would promote, I'd be much happier, but I can't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm just upset.
You probably signed away like everything in that
that's
little
why,
thing they make you.
That's why I'm just like making jokes about it, is because I don't know how to fix it. I've tried fixing it, but I can't.
Well, good luck. I'll say a prayer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyways, so you are now looking to move to New York. You are moving to New York.
Yes, I'll be in New York on Tuesday. And I don't know what's today. Wednesday. I'll be in New York in a week. Less than a week.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wahoo.
And you're going to become the next...
Me. Adrianna David. I am me. I will be me. And I will forever become the next me.
Amen.
No, yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, acting is my goal. I love it. It's my craft. It's what I love to do. I've been able to build my resume throughout the years of auditioning regionally, and I'm really ready. I also lived in LA in my past. I think I mentioned that, between schools. So I should be back out in LA come 2020, hopefully auditioning and hopefully coming to a screen near you.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for everything.
And yeah, thank you for all the fun
times and
events.
And now we have to get TK to come out to the major cities, and then we can continue our collabs.
Season 2.
Whoa.
Coming soon.
You're watching The Wink. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon for new notifications. Doodly doodle. Wow, ew. I'm just kidding.